Hello, my name is Luna Bus and today I want to talk about something personal. I have an allergy, a food allergy. It calls gluten, or you can also call it celiac. That means that I can't eat all kinds of foods. Not a lot of people know gluten allergy, or they don't know how to live with an allergy and what it is to live with an allergy. Especially if you're living in another country where they don't speak your mother language. This is the reason I have this kind of cards. I heard you thinking, what are these? But I will explain it to you. These are cards that explain exactly what my allergy is. I have it in different language. And this side is a little story that explains my allergy. On the other side, there are different kind of foods. The green one explains what I can eat, and the red one explains what I can't eat. I have it in different language like Spanish, Portuguese, French, Turkish, Czech and German. But I can ask it for more than 20 different languages. So that sounds very easy, but I will explain to you when I'm going to a restaurant. If I love to go out for a dinner, but if I'm going to another restaurant and I don't speak my mother language, that is Dutch, I have to take these cards. I will look on the menu and choose a dish that looks easy to order without gluten. Then I give this card in their language, and I live now in Turkey, so I'll give the Turkish card and explain I have an allergy, it's very important for me, and explain exactly what I can or can't eat. Can you help me to find a dish? But it's still really difficult for them, because it's so logic for me, because I'm born with it, and it's so unknown for them. So they look at the card and they're like, what do we have to do with this? So this is the time to explain how it works when you're going with an allergy to another country, and how I live with this allergy, what it exactly is, and how the world has to know what kind of allergy it is. Because a lot of people don't know the allergy, I explain first what kind of allergy it is and how it exactly works. It depends also on which kind of country you live, because in Holland it's very well known and a lot of people know the allergy. But for example in Turkey it's really unknown, but it's always a little bit difficult to understand it if you don't have the allergy. So first I will explain how it is and what kind of symptoms you can have when you have a gluten allergy. First I will explain the symptoms for you, but it's also different for a person, because you have different kind of levels of gluten allergy. You have really low, you can it's a little bit is okay to eat it, but it's not good for your body, so it's better to eat totally gluten free. You have in the middle, it's like you can't eat it, it's just really bad for your body and you will be sick. And then you have like the highest level, and this is the most dangerous one, that you really can't eat gluten, and it's almost not possible to have a dinner outside. And the people have actually their own kitchen, they have their own butter, their own cutlers, because if they just have one bread crumb from bread that has gluten, they will have to go to the hospital. And I'm a little bit in the middle, so I'm really glad I can go to have dinner, but still it's really important for me. The symptoms are you're mostly very tired, you have a really swollen belly, you're going a lot to the toilet, your skin is really red and has ashes, you can't eat a lot because you're all the time so full, and actually you just want to sleep all the time. And that's the beginning of the symptoms, but if you're gonna eat it and eat it without knowing it, you can be really sick, and eventually you will die. So please be careful if you have an allergy. When people who has a gluten allergy but eat gluten, then the body will attack the gluten inside. So that's the reason you also be very so tired and just want to sleep all the time and can't eat, because you're so full of your body attacking the gluten. 1% of the whole world population has gluten allergy, so that's really a lot of people, but it's also not discovered yet. So a lot of people the allergy gets more attention the last few years. So a lot of people are discovering that they have gluten allergy, but when they get older, so mostly they are more in a dangerous state of the gluten allergy. Gluten is a kind of protein in all kind of grains. So you can't eat wheat or flour or rye. Yes, also that people are only allergic for wheat or only for rye, so they have a rye allergy. But gluten allergy is the whole package. A list of food that you can't eat if you have gluten allergy are pizzas, or breads, or cereals, or some sauce, or cookies and cakes, and a lot more. It really depends on what kind of brand you have also, because some kind of chocolate you can't eat, the other kind of chocolate you can eat. So you really have to be checking all the time. It's not genetic. Why you will be born with it or why you get it later is unknown. They're trying to find a medicine for gluten allergy, so I can eat gluten, but it isn't found yet because it's so hard to discover what it is exactly, why your body can accept gluten. Back in the days, it was not well known that you can have gluten allergy, but now it's getting more and more popular. It's even a hype. Yeah, I don't believe it first, but now people just choose to eat gluten-free and they don't have an allergy because they thought it was really healthy to eat gluten-free. Even celebrities like Ryan Gosling eats gluten-free because he thought it was healthy for his body. But it's not totally true. Just people are just gonna say like, no, bread is not good for you, you can't eat it, but it is good for you. You can eat it, but too much is never good. It's like alcohol or meat or sugar. Never eat too much. But it's the same with gluten. If you eat a little bit less than gluten, then you're just totally fine. Also, people like to do a gluten-free month, like a gluten-free sugar month or an alcohol-free month, so they can refresh their body and make it clean from inside and then eat some gluten. But you really can replace gluten with other things. So like you can eat fruit, you can eat yogurt, you can eat pancakes, or like bread or different kind of grains. So if you just eat every day or every week another cereal and change your food sometimes, this is really healthy for everybody. People always ask me, but what can you eat? If you have so long list that you can't eat if you have gluten allergy, how do you live? Or can you go out for dinner? I understand the question because it's so hard to understand if you don't have the allergy, but there's so much food I can't eat and I'm really happy with it. And I also can snack a lot of candy or chips or chocolate. Happily chocolate is also gluten free. But for example, a lot of people who have gluten allergy just start their day with some yogurt or fruit or gluten free bread. And then the whole day you can eat salads, you can eat meat, you can eat fish, you can eat rice, you can eat potatoes, there's also a lot of products are made gluten-free. Like I said, gluten-free breads, gluten-free pizza buttons, pastas, cookies, cakes, they're all made gluten-free. It's only harder to find it, especially if you're not in your own country, you don't know what kind of store have it. So if you're so used to it to have a gluten allergy, it's not difficult. But now the allergy is more popular, a lot of people are finding out that they have a gluten allergy and they're like a lot older, and then you have to change your whole diet. So that's really hard for people, but there are communities, there are blogs, there are videos who help people who really has to eat gluten-free. It's only not so really nice for your wallet because the food is a lot more expensive, almost 4 times expensive. So I will suggest, and also a lot of people who makes blogs about it, that you not have to eat gluten-free food, but you can just leave the gluten-free food out and make a nice dish with just meat or fish or rice or potatoes or with yogurt, with fruit. And you're an advantage because you're always busy with your food, you always read the ingredient list. It makes you think about the food, what you eat. and sometimes shocking what there is inside of food. It makes you healthier, and it also want to eat you more fresh, because a lot of gluten-free food is biological or even vegan. Of course, there is also another side of the allergy, celiac, because you always have to check it, and you're never gonna eat somewhere without checking it. You always have to ask people if it's gluten-free, what's inside, how they make it, and if someone wants to give you something, you mostly have to say no, because you don't know what's inside, and you can't just taste everything. And I always like to try new things, and it's really possible if you have gluten allergy, but you just have to look out what's inside.